Welcome to the channel. I had this thought about making a series of anecdotes since, generally speaking, I've been having a lot of things to tell and write, and realized that there were many very funny or weird or actually quite interesting. So let's say what I want to do is I'm gonna be sharing some of my anecdotes or things that have happened to other people, and as well I wanted to actually, let's say, even ask for your personal stories. I'll leave you my email and you can send me stuff, or you can just comment or whatever, if I'm lucky enough that anyone even watches this. So let's start. Okay, so I've been having this little notebook and I've been just noting stuff, and thinking of a convenient topic, I would say Carnival, since it's been recent, we've had it, and got pretty pretty interesting things about it. So I'll start with my let's say first wild carnival experience, where basically I got really trashed in the end. Thing is, I was with my buddy, and he was basically having this enthusiasm with drinking a lot for the night. So we were about to take the bus, and we had already friends reserve us a specific spot, because those buses really get really filled up, and people have to go standing during the whole thing, and drinking as well, while we are all dressed up, and some have feathers everywhere and things like that. So we get like the on the back of the bus, and right on the entrance, there's a crazy guy basically yelling and saying, "Here!" and he passes me a drink. So everyone like goes silent. My first instinct, I was 16, not 17. My first instinct was just to chug it up and just drown it down, and everyone started cheering and yelling, "Ah!" and applauding and all that, and I was like, what the hell, it's like, is this customary now or something? And we get to our seats, and our friends, we sit, and our friends on the back, they go like, "Dude, Elvis, you're mad." So why? Well, that guy has been offering that cup to everyone, and everyone knew what the hell that was, because everyone saw it. And I said, "So what?" It had Coke, it had ecstasy, it was something, and I was like, "You can't be serious." And I said, "Seriously?" And people around, they were hearing, and they were saying, "Man, you're crazy." And I said, "Okay, hope it isn't that serious." So I'm starting to cave in, and I'm having a slight headache, and I'm like, "Oh god, okay, it's gonna kick in." I'm looking to my buddy, and he's like, "Oh, are you gonna be alright?" "Well, drink." So he starts drinking a lot. I go to his pace, and funny thing is, in the end, while we were reaching the destination, this guy was pouring these powders on these cup. He was just in front of me, and I could see it, and I was like, "Oh god, it's true. Okay." This guy goes batshit after drinking that, and starts slamming let's say the windows. He starts climbing off the chairs. And we started calling him Spider Coke. He started yelling at the bus driver, calling him a snitch for some reason, and every time we would stop in a bus stop, he would be saying, "Ah, snitch, snitch," and they were all the time asking. They were all they were all basically yelling in the back after a while to shut down the lights. Obviously, the bus driver didn't do that. And they decided to take a bottle of rum and they started shoving it against the lights while calling the bus driver a snitch. So we arrive, and this crazy guy just while we were in a curve, in the last curve, it was very closed one. This guy just decides to open the rear exit, and he just jumps off and starts rolling around the pavement. Everyone's like looking, oh my god, did he kill himself or something? And we see him up, and he's like, yeah! And everyone cheered. He was all right, and let's say that was the last time I heard about the legend. But here comes the little twist. I start feeling very good, excessively good, too good for my own good, I'd say. And Buddy's still drinking. The group, like, we were half separate or something, but we all had the plan to meet up in this specific place. So we arrived there, and I'm just jumping and moving a lot, yelling at everyone. I remember I had a really good time, but as well as I remember it, I remember a lot of like darkness. Like I could see figures and the people, I remember them clearly, but then it's like in a dark plane. And basically, we just stayed there for what? Half an hour, while my friend was already throwing up, and he was just like sitting way far from the people, just throwing up, and he was crying, and he just looks at me and says, "Elvis, please just take me home." And I said, "Well, okay, sure, your state is shit. I'm not, and you're my best friend at the time. I wasn't going to let him there and say, no, fuck off on you. You can just go by yourself." So anyway, we go back to the bus station. We get back into the bus. The bus going back is in a let's say the people there in that bus is sort of responsible, because basically as well, we don't only drink there in the bus, so the people would be actually smoking joints as well. So it was acceptable going to the carnival, but it was unacceptable to do it while we were going back. Why? Because maybe there were let's say fewer people and sober people, so to say, like people who maybe have to go to work but they don't want to miss the carnival. And this guy at the end of the bus, he just lights a joint, but he's like sitting trying to hide, but obviously the whole smell would reach out to the front. And basically we had a problem here. It was hot, and the bus driver just said, "I'm not," he started yelling like, "Put that out," blah blah blah. The guy didn't listen, so the bus driver just took the air conditioning off, and he said, "I'm not putting it on until that guy stops." So it was a very passive aggressive sort of thing, and basically it was that much funny to arrive at 1 o'clock back to our place where we lived. Like taking the bus, it would be regularly speaking say less than an hour. And I leave my buddy in the front of his house. I'm still feeling good, and he goes like, "Thank you, Elvis, I needed this." And he told me late the next day that when he went into the house, his parents were still up watching a movie, and they said to him, "Oh, you didn't leave? Haven't you left yet?" So obviously, you know, they laughed at him for for a couple of days straight because he was really hungover. Um, so I said, okay, I'm dressed up. Everyone's at the carnival. I'm here alone. What do I do? Well, let's go to this pub I know, and maybe it's open by chance because they normally they would close like 2 hours later, strictly speaking. But the friends could stay inside, so it would be like an after-hour thing. And so I get there, and there's this gay waiter from another restaurant that I met, and he had like a crush on me. He was Argentinian, and he would always be inviting me shots, and I would always be telling him like, no need, and I'm straight, I've got a girlfriend, or blah blah blah. And he says, no 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 no, but I like you, I like you. So I couldn't mess on the free shots of Jaeger. It was, ugh. And you know, after that, I had maybe too many. I said, okay, I'm going home. Went back, threw up on a corner on the way, and just fell asleep. So, thing is, the next morning, fun stuff comes when people start describing me at the carnival. They start saying that I was really messed up. I was aggressive, incoherent, and I was actually leaving bruises on all my friends on their arms because I was grabbing them so hard. While I would remember that I was actually just hugging them, you know, out of love, so to say. And especially shocked me when you know, I saw this girl and she had like her whole area bruised, and she was looking me ashamed of my behavior and all that. And I don't remember doing anything really crazy apart of that, but people saw it as I just was one of these tourists that goes on a holiday on a sunny vacation, gets fucked up at 11 and maybe naked. Which I think I did. I used to do at those ages. I would always, after a great night, I would just tear off all of my clothes in the beach, swim butt naked, and then run, take everything and run back home naked. Once police caught me, but that's another story. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Yeah, I hope you want to participate in telling me these stories or anything. You know, it could be any theme, and soon enough I might be having these accounts, you know, Instagram and Twitter and something like that, and maybe I'll upload a song. See ya.